All right, so we're going to talk about Sean Schemmel today, and particularly his behavior on Twitter the past couple of days, very unprofessional. But if you go to look at his Twitter feed, you won't find much since he wiped it. In fact, this isn't the first time Sean's done this. He's done it several times. It's unfortunate that he was never properly archived. I went to archive.is and I couldn't find much because he's deleted his Twitter so many times and I don't think anybody was really looking at him. But I wouldn't be surprised if we could somehow go and see the things that he's deleted, that we would find quite a history. I managed to find some through old Reddit posts we're going to go over, and a really good story where he kept a fellow former Goku actor from a con. The guy ended up getting the con before, but he had a total meltdown about it. There's been a lot of allegations that Sean is rude to fans at times, gets very defensive, is jealous of other English Goku actors. And I think, according to somebody from inside that I've talked to, he has some mental problems. I don't even think he lives in Texas anymore. And that's probably for a good reason. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff. And let's see what kind of person he is and some of the things he's done. We know for a fact that he's pro Monica and doesn't care for Vic. In fact, he was liking posts for quite some time where people were talking about kicking Vic and Kicks banned from cons and stuff. He was just liking them. He wasn't saying anything and coming out, but he was liking the tweets. Fortunately, I believe those are gone now. I tried to hunt them down. So you're just going to have to, I can't 100% prove that. But I did see them. I wish I could find them. I'm sorry, but I do have these. All right, so let's run through these. So this is the beginning. This is what a lot of people already kind of touched on, but we're going to go through them anyway. They don't exist anymore. So, in fact, I didn't even see them properly archived. Please archive these. Come on. I went in there was nothing in there but weird, Dragon Ball interview front pages. I don't know. I don't know what that was about, but this is the first one that sparked it off. I look up to @realisms as a person and as a voice actor. I have 20 years of experience knowing and working with her to justify that. If you don't know her, maybe shut up about her. A-holes. So that was the first one. He's basically calling everybody that supports Vic a bumhole. And it continues on to here. He had actually deleted that post and then remade it to the same thing, except if you don't know her, maybe shut up about her. He took the a-hole part out, but then he rectified that and said, sorry, shouldn't have said a-holes. I suppose that was mean, but unless you are directly involved, none of you know what you are talking about, period. And none of us know. We've only been sitting here poring over things, trying to figure out what's going on. But you're right, we don't know nothing. So then he comes down again. I did not call all Vic supporters a-holes. I was just referring to the ones who were being a-holes by giving Monica death threats, which is unacceptable under all circumstances. Plus, I have never been threatened myself. Then I apologized. Oh, plus I have been threatened myself. Then I apologized. Well, I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen any of the threats either. I've seen some pretty good trolls, for sure, particularly the funny people that always retweet the, I've screenshot this and sent it to the authorities, which I'm sure someone will leave in the comments, and I always find that hilarious. And, he's doubling down here. Now, one of the things that I've heard through the grapevine is that Sean is a little touchy. He's a diva. He has to have it his way. I hear he's got quite the mental issues, too. Particularly, I did hear a account of bipolar. I can't confirm that that's true. That's just what I heard, right? So I'm not saying for sure. But look at how he went from this to this so fast, It's almost like he was coming down from a high. Makes you think, doesn't it? So then he comes back and he says, due to a severe lack of critical thinking, skills, and deductive reasonings from people regarding the entire situation, regarding defending Monica, etc., I have deleted all tweets and will not engage anyone further on this and will delete this soon. Don't worry, Sean. We captured it. Hashtag looks like a duck which is short for the term looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. However, he's also got this on his history, and this is something I found on a Reddit forum because he's deleted his stuff so many times. So I'm guessing this is somebody that had a problem with some of his work somewhere, and he says, if you are calling me out on something you know nothing about, including me personally, please F off. I don't agree with this paradigm of since I follow you on Twitter, I have a license to be a dick to you. Don't follow me if you don't like me, period. His professional behavior just keeps on getting better. Now this one, he's not that bad in it, but I just found it and wanted to show it. So somebody calls him out on that stupid British voice he does for Goku Black. If you've seen the Japanese version, the normal base version and the Rose version have the same voice, but for some reason, Sean decided to, when he becomes Super Saiyan Rose Black Goku, to change the voice to a British version. I don't know what that was about. I don't like the Dragon Ball dub because of stuff like this, where they decide to take artistic choices, as he will say in a second, and make them their own. But he says here, so you don't have a license to call. I don't have a license to call you out, but you have the artistic license to randomly make Rose's voice British? Not even the same thing. I'm an actor who plays Goku. My artistic choices are made by me and my director alone. You are the actor who plays Goku, yes, but your actors follow a script written by the writer. The writer, Toei, don't have British Goku in the script. Obviously, you love the Japanese version the best. That's great. How about you go watch that and leave me alone? So it's kind of a sly, dickish thing. Definitely could have been handled a little bit better. The reason that, a lot of people harp on these people about professionalism, because this is how this comes off. This behavior that a lot of these D-list celebrities, and even the bigger ones sometimes, act like. It's like, are you good enough to be my fan? Right? It's not, are you good enough to have me as a fan, how it should be. It's no, are you good enough to be my fan? And that's the way these people come off. They all come off pompous, narcissistic, ungrateful, and it really shows here. I thought this was a really good caption of that. Of course, then we have this one where he's irritated about questions from fans, and Christopher Sabat, I only actually found like 2 things on him. One which is really bad, and the other counters it. I'll mention it in another video, but so far he seems okay. But Sean is a different thing. He says, okay, so I'm guessing, I don't know exactly what the context is here. Going from this conversation, it sounds like he was getting a lot of questions about when a Dragon Ball Super either episode or Blu-ray set was coming out. But this is the question. So he says, oh, F this, I'm taking a break from Twitter, yeah? He says, I do love everyone's DBC enthusiasm, but the constant questions about release dates that I have no answer for drive me insane. And then the voice of Vegeta, Christopher Sabat, comes in. Gosh, I feel so sorry for you, Sean. Must be torture to have so many people dying to know when they can hear your work. And then he replies back, and this is his colleague and coworker, right? At Voice of Vegeta, it is when you've been asked by 80% of people in line at every con and thousands of Twitter followers. Hashtag F you. That's some rude ass shit. And that's his colleague. So one thing that I saw was kind of a pattern when I was looking for accounts of how he's interacted with fans. This is one of the big things that I find popular fan conspiracy is that Sean Schemmel, if I'm saying that right, Sean Schemmel or Sean Schemmel, is the voice actor in question due to his fighting fans on social who compare his Goku to others, deleting his Twitter in a fit of rage, has gotten angry at social media influencers who ask him about other Goku voice actors. So the reason that this is getting brought up is because apparently when there was the Kameha Con, so this is a total Dragon Ball con dedicated to Dragon Ball. They actually had some really cool things. I wish I had gone because they actually brought in a lot of the Japanese cast, which is the reason that I wouldn't want to go, to be honest. And that would probably upset Sean that I think a woman is better than him. And he freaks out because people constantly compare him to the older Gokus, and it annoys him. So apparently the rumor is, and this can't be confirmed, right? I can't say this is 100% true. And Peter Kalms, if I'm saying that right, one of the old Gokus, won't confirm it because he's like kind of more of a class act guy. But apparently he put pressure on them to have him not go, and the Khan revoked his invitation, and then it got brought back. And then Sean ended up coming in. Basically, I think people were catching on and calling him out on it so much that he had to just stop being a big baby and let him be invited to the con. That's basically the TLDR of it. He's being a big baby. There's also a clip where people are asking him about Team 4-Star, which Chris Sabat has been enthusiastically in support for. And if you don't know who they are, they do a parody version of Dragon Ball and kind of make fun of it a little bit. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of things you can make fun of Dragon Ball for. It doesn't mean it's a bad manga or anime, but there's some stuff to poke fun at. And they do a great job at that. And his response was like, basically, those guys are ruining my show. I'm Goku. I'm so protective of it. Like, it's just strange. Like I said, I hear he's got some weird mood problems. He's a big diva. If you don't know what that means, in the stage world, that's somebody that just demands everything. Like, I'm so hot, pay attention to me and heed my warning and my demands. That's kind of basically what that is. But yeah, this is a guy that's thrown Vic down under the bus. Could care less about him. Probably never really gave a damn about anybody but himself anyway. Liking tweets, then unliking them, and running around saying, "Kneel to me. Be worthy of being in my fandom." So this is like a little series that I'm going to start doing where we're just going to go through a lot of these people that are throwing Vic under the bus, and we'll see what kind of skeletons we can find in their closet. I know this one might not have been the most exciting, but trust me, there's a couple of them that are going to be real good. Can't start off with the best one first. Can't start off with the best one first. Then the anticipation, like, for them gets a little bit like lesser. So we got to build it up, make it a big thing. When we get to Jamie Maichi, we're going to have a good time. Anyway, like and subscribe. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about these things that I brought up here. His behavior. Do you think that this is okay for a professional to do? I want to hear what you think. Also, check out the links in the description. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.